So I wasn't really gonna vlog because I don't have my camera, but I mean, I have an iPhone, so I guess the footage for that will do. But I just picked up my car from MagnaFlow. They installed a completely new Catback exhaust specifically made for this new Gen 2. It's not a Gen 1 that's retrofitted onto this thing. It's a Gen 2. So far, it sounds really good. I mean, I like the way it sounds in the inside. I'm definitely gonna have to get more footage of the outside, rolling shots and all that stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be an exciting little venture with you guys. I'll be posting a lot of videos on this build, so it should be good. I'm just gonna do a couple pulls with the window rolled up, just so you guys can kind of hear like if there's any drone or anything, or just kind of what it sounds like on everyday driving. Let's get on over here. Very hard to shift with just one hand. But yeah, I mean, it sounds really good. It's a little raspy on the high end for my taste, but I mean, it sounds amazing. It sounds really good. I think I might have gone the wrong way. No, I did not. There's a little bit of downshifts, a little pops. I don't think you can hear that though. Yeah, I doubt you can hear that. All right, so here's that pole right here. Or not pole. I gotta wait for these guys to get. Again, very hard to shift with one hand, record, pay attention to all that, but it sounds nice. It gives you a little pops here and there. You might not be able to hear it because of the loud ass. It's a little quiet. A little quiet. I hit the rev limiter right there, but that's just because I wasn't planning on shifting. It sounds good. It's not super loud, but keep in mind that there's still catalytic converters in both the, I'm pretty sure the overpipes has cats, and then obviously the headers. But with UELs, it's gonna sound freaking amazing. It'll have that rumble. It's already got like that deep exhaust note to it, so it shouldn't sound bad once I finish the exhaust. Yeah, right now it's just the Catback, so there's still a lot of components missing to it. So one thing for sure that I really like though, and I mean, I'm sure this is gonna be with any exhaust, take it with a grain of salt, because my car pops, and from all the other owners that I've talked to, theirs don't. I'm not sure how my car is any different, but I mean, my car pops on downshifts. On shifting to third and shifting to second, it pops. So with this exhaust, I can hear it even with the windows rolled up. It sounds really, it's subtle in the back, but it's enough to be able to hear it. Awesome. From a little four banger, it sounds pretty amazing. Before, with the stock exhaust, I had to have the windows rolled down, and you could still barely hear it unless you were like really looking out for it. You couldn't really tell if the bangs were there, but now they're very prominent. They're very much there, which is freaking awesome. I love the way it sounds. So I'm actually gonna stop by Subaru right now just to turn off the exhaust or fake exhaust noises that this car has, because to be honest, with an aftermarket exhaust, it is a little annoying, because you could tell the difference between what's fake and what's real. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get that turned off. So keep in mind, if you're getting an aftermarket exhaust on your BRZ, or even in general, honestly, I would just recommend turning it off. It doesn't sound too bad if you're gonna keep it stock, but I mean, I'd rather hear the actual organic exhaust rather than through a speaker. When I get home, we're gonna completely remove the exhaust and put it back to stock, which is kind of counterintuitive to what I'm saying. I mean, it's in preparation for when I do put the exhaust back on, but I have plans to take this car to Delicious Tuning tomorrow. They're gonna keep the car for about 5 hours or so, test fit some parts. I'm not sure exactly what they're gonna do with it, but they're gonna dyno it, and that's gonna be really exciting, because yeah, we're gonna get some real dyno numbers on this thing. All right, I wanna see if maybe you guys can hear some of that backfire that I have on the downshifts. Let's see right here, right now. I'm gonna turn into Subaru. Let's hear some of those crispy downshifts. So I just finished up with Subaru. Even though they had like literally the first allocation in California for this car, they really don't know about this car. They couldn't figure out how to turn off the fake exhaust noises, which is kind of because I've already had several of my group members telling me that it's just really easy. It's just a setting that they can turn off themselves, but I guess whatever. I guess when I'm down in Oceanside, I'll probably stop by one of those Subarus that are down there and then just have them turn it off for me. But for now, I'm gonna have a fake exhaust noise in the background of most of my videos. But look at these little puppies right here, and my freaking camera is extremely dirty. There we go. And look at the little brother right there. But yeah, I'm stuck with the fake exhaust noise for now. All right, so I'm finally home now. So this is what the exhaust looks like from the back. Here's a little up close and personal look on it. Fills in this hole super nicely, which is what I really love about it. I'm not sure, I'm just speaking out of my ass, but I think it's a 4-inch exhaust. And then down below, that's what that puppy looks like right there. So it's got 2 mufflers on each side instead of the single muffler. And all the way down below, I don't even see if it has a, I don't think it has a resonator. I don't know. When I take it off, I'll definitely show you guys a little more of it. That's the exhaust right here. Love how it says MF right here for MagnaFlow, obviously. All right, so now's like the part where you guys, I'm sure, we're waiting for. It's the actual exhaust clips. I got my buddy here, Bailey. He's gonna be recording everything for us, so yeah. Make sure to hold the camera nice and steady. Oh yeah, another thing. There's not gonna be a cold start just because we're gonna have to remove this thing like right now, so we're not gonna get a chance to actually let the engine cool down and everything, so it's gonna be a warm start for now, just a regular old start. It's a little raspy on the high end, I do admit, but that's just because it has equal length headers on it. That's just something that you're going to hear from a 4-banger, but I mean, as soon as those UELs go on there, it's going to sound a hell of a lot better. But I like how deep it sounds. I like how it's not so in your face. It's not extremely loud. And yeah, I mean, it's good for now. There's still several parts, like I mentioned before, there's several parts to the exhaust that are still stock, so it's still going to have that like rasp to it. For now, at least, for now. It's got a nice little rumble. Not the Subi rumble, but it's got a nice rumble to it. So now we're gonna do the rolling shots as well, so let's just go ahead and cut to that. So got a bunch of videos of me just rolling by and such, and definitely picked up a lot more pops than I thought it was going to pick up, or at least that I can hear from the inside, so that's really freaking cool. Sounds a lot better than it did standing still and just revving it up. It just sounded, I don't know, it sounded ricey. But when it's actually on the street, it's actually got load on the engine, it sounds way, way deeper. It sounds way nicer. Very low, very subtle, but still enough. And I mean, even on the clip that I showed me driving all the way down the street, you were still able to hear me downshifting in the pops and such. So it's a really promising exhaust sound. I mean, if it's anything like last gens, you can make it sound really nice with just the right exhaust. It's just a matter of finding quality parts and going for the sound that you want. And I mean, I'm more of a deep, soupy rumble kind of guy with a very loud, throaty top end, which not at all what it has. I like coming to that like V8 gurgle that V8s have. And I mean, obviously this is a 4-banger, so it's probably not going to get nowhere near, but I'll throw in some, or just like one clip of my last gen BRZ and just kind of show you guys the comparison as to how it sounded before the first gen compared to this one. Last gen's going to sound significantly better just because there's more aftermarket parts on that one than this one. This one just has the catback exhaust. The other one's going to have headers. It's going to have a full exhaust system that's over pipe, mid pipe, and catback and everything. This one is just the catback, nothing else, nothing to it. And yeah, right now I'm just gonna get this car jacked up, take off the exhaust, and switch it back to stock. Unfortunately, it's gonna be going back to being boring for the next couple days. All right, so I've got the lights all set up now. I'm just gonna jack it up from the diff. I only have semi-truck jack stands, so this thing's gonna have to get jacked up like really high up in the air. I really hope that the front lip doesn't scrape when I do this, so I'm just gonna have somebody spot for me and just make sure everything's all good. This car is way too low to be jacked up from the diff. All right, so I already ran into the first problem. The diff is so low to the ground that my car jack won't fit under it. It's just barely small enough. Here, let's push that over there. Yeah, look at that. Barely, maybe like 2 inches too short. So I'm just gonna have to jack it up on some wood planks and then go from there. All right, so not the most ideal solution. I found some bricks. That should work.
Stop. Oh. I wouldn't do it with these, bro.
So it looks like when it's going up onto the bricks, it like wants to flick up the bricks, and I'm not trying to fuck up my side skirts, so we're just gonna have to find some wooden planks in my backyard or something, and then we'll just do it with that. Bro, literally walked like 2 feet and was able to find these little sticks right here. I think there's like an inch. I think that might be able to give me enough clearance. I'm not too sure, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to try it, so let's go ahead and just give that a try. Or never mind, we found 4, so we'll just go on to the 4. Hopefully this doesn't, like, you know, come off like this or something, so we'll leave that right there. Give us a little run up to be able to do it and just kind of commit. You're good. All right, so that was pretty easy. It wasn't too hard. Usually I like using 2x4s, not these freaking mini 2x4s. What would these even be called? Like 1x1.5. Tiny. And let's see. Moment of truth. And yeah, dude, goes more than enough down under. So let's go ahead and get this jacked up. You gotta tighten it. Twist it. Yeah, there you go. And up she goes. Just gotta make sure that this front side right here doesn't. Oh, pff, we're more than good enough. Yeah, we got so much clearance in the back. Good? Both sides?
Hold on. This is sitting on here, bro.
All right, so this is why you don't use semi-truck jack stands. I mean, you can't really see it, but it left a dent from this thing right here just because this is freaking wide. But I mean, it's at the bottom of the car. Nobody will see it. It still hurts. This is what the exhaust looks like too. So I didn't notice this before, but it says MagnaFlow on each of the mufflers. Piping hot. So we're gonna have to let that cool. We're gonna have to let that cool down before we take it off. Let's drop this all the way. Get the hell out of there. So it's got the Y split right here into the two 4-inch tips, if I'm not mistaken. And then all the way back over here, it's got, I don't know what the hell this is called when it, like, you know, splits off into this, but oh shit, sitting on my keys. Okay, so yes, 2 little screws right here, and then take it off from right here. It's just 2 parts. We got phalanges, or I don't know what these are actually called. They just call them phalanges. It's these things right here, these little rubber garments that are just supposed to suppress the vibration. We got another one right here. We should have another one. No, never mind. So it's just the 1, the 2, the 3, 5 total. That's honestly the hardest part about taking off an exhaust, is removing those things. Some WD-40 will do. It's definitely way smaller, I'll tell you that. And it just looks a lot nicer sticking out from the back. If you look under the car, you can tell that it's got some aftermarket parts. This stupid bee right here. What are you doing, bro? Go pollinate some. Oh my god. Please don't. I'm allergic.
Are you really?
No, I'm not. But yeah, just gotta let this thing cool down and then we'll be back and take all this off. It looks like it's just gonna be some 14 millimeter. I wanna say 14 millimeter wrenches. Yeah, I think that should do it. Before this thing could even finish cooling, I already ran into another pretty big problem. Or not really, but just won't be able to get this thing changed tomorrow. I think I'm just gonna take it to MagnaFlow and just have them change it out for me tomorrow. But yeah, look at this. It's attached with these belts right here. Unlike at the front, it's attached with the nuts and such, but they didn't give me the hardware to the other exhaust, to the stock exhaust, which is right here. So yeah, right here, it's not attached with those belts. It is actually attached with hardware itself. So yeah, I don't have anything to attach that to this. I'm gonna have to go nice and early down to MagnaFlow before I take it over to Delicious Tuning to have them do everything that they need to do on it, because they do need the car to be stock. So yeah, it's pretty unfortunate that, you know, I won't be able to do that tonight. I mean, less work for me, I guess, but hopefully you guys enjoyed all the clips and such. And yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This is gonna be my first video of this whole build. I'm not sure what else I'm going to be doing for this, just because right now there's no parts, so that's why I'm kind of working with these companies to get the parts built for you guys. I'm the only one with an aftermarket exhaust on the car in the United States. Not necessarily. I'm the only one with a Gen 2 aftermarket exhaust. You can't put a Gen 1 exhaust on there, so a lot of people are just putting Gen 1 exhaust on there. It's a little tight fit. I forgot where exactly they said that the fitting was kind of tight. I think it's like right here, and it does kind of rub a little tiny bit, but I mean, it's not too much of a problem. People don't really care about that. I mean, yeah, that's it. Nothing else I can do today, I guess. It doesn't really matter too much. I'll just take it to MagnaFlow, have them switch it out for me. It'll probably be a lot easier for them to do it, just because, I mean, they have a car lift. I'm literally just doing this in my driveway with improper equipment. I mean, I'm using semi-truck jack stands, so that's not really too ideal. But yeah, tomorrow the car will go back to stock. It'll get sent over to Delicious Tuning. The only thing that I know that they're going to do are dyno runs on it, so I'll definitely be very excited to get those dyno graphs out for you guys. Pretty excited to see the numbers on that thing. Significantly better than my full bolt-on Gen 1 on E85 too. But yeah, that's what this puppy looks like. Looks amazing, sounds amazing. I'm really excited. And I'm excited to continue bringing you guys more videos on this car. It's a really fun platform to be working on, for sure. All right, so since my lazy ass didn't edit the video today, you guys are gonna be able to get a cold start for the video. It's a little bonus clip at the end. It's not too loud. When it quiets down, it's pretty quiet. So yeah, it's pretty much stock when it's like down to the normal start.